Hey everyone. When a bonsai tree is struggling, sometimes I think the reason could be that the pot is simply too small to sustain the growth of the tree at the top. I think this is a problem with one of the trees that I've got. I purchased the tree from a big box store, and the tree is well established at the top, but there's a very small root structure. And when I potted it up into a small pot, I think that has caused a problem because what I observe is that some of the leaves grow out at the top and then they shrivel up, and it's as if the tree is not getting enough nutrients to sustain that new growth. So I decided to repot this tree from a smaller plastic pot into a larger pot, in the hope that the additional substrate will provide enough nutrients for the tree and for the new growth. So come along with me on the journey. I'll show you what I did, and perhaps this can help you in improving the health of your bonsai trees. And so I purchased this tree back in December 2023. This is what it looked like when I got it home and out the pot. I then potted it into this Espoma organic bonsai mix, which has got a lot of sea sand in it. So I'm not sure if that's good or bad. And this is what the tree looked like after I had potted it up. Okay, and so from December through to March, this tree didn't do that well. So I've decided to repot it. Here's the larger pot that it's going to go into. All right, and so here is the mix that I'm using. This is the bonsai soil mix from Hoffman, which I found to be a very reliable mix. I use it in just about all my trees now, and I've tried various types of mixes. Right, now these little mesh screens that I'm using are just from Amazon. I don't know, there's 100 or so of these little screens, and they work very well to seal up the holes in the bottom of the pot. So I just put these into the pot, and it stops the substrate from falling through. I have learned to wire in the trees as best I can, and in this case I'm just reusing a piece of wire that has obviously been used for something else in the past. So I'm just reusing this piece of wire because, why not? It's just a piece of wire. And here's the tree. And like I said, some of the leaves they shrivel up and die. And if you see how small the pot is compared to the size of or relative to the size of the tree, I think it's clearly too small. And in addition, the roots are very small. I mean, they fit right into that little pot. So the whole purpose here is to put this pot into the whole purpose is to put this tree into a bigger pot. And here I've got the pot with the wire already in place. Then I add some of that Hoffman bonsai mix to hold the mesh in place. So I've just put in some bonsai mix and then put in a little bit of a base layer. And then next I take the tree out of the plastic training pot and put it into the ceramic pot. Now I'm reusing some of the soil. This is the Espoma bonsai mix, which has got a lot of sea sand in it. And I don't know if that is contributing to the fact that the tree is struggling or not. The sea sand and the Espoma mix, it just doesn't seem to be a good mix. But I don't really know if that's causing the problem or not. So I reused that, and either way, it's mostly now with the Hoffman mix in the new pot. Then I wire the tree in, and like I say, I found that wiring the tree in is actually a really good practice because it holds the tree in place. Otherwise, the trees tend to wobble around. So wire the tree in, and I cut off the excess. Now, one thing that I have found is that the trees seem to move when I wire them in. It's really hard to hold a tree in place and get the wire in to hold it. So I'm doing this in super speed so that we don't have to sit through all of it. I'm sure that if you work on bonsai a little bit, you kind of get the idea of how to wire in a tree. But yeah, I just wire the tree in. All right, and here's the tree in place. I just clean it up a little bit, and there we go. All right, everyone. And so that was the repotting of a Chinese elm from a small plastic bonsai pot into a larger ceramic pot. And I reused most of the soil that was in the small pot because it's only been in the pot for a few months, and I supplemented that with the Hoffman Bonsai mix. So I hope this video has been helpful to you in some way. Bye now.